Stacey Phillips is back with us, and she's going to show us all these great ideas. Nice to see you,
It's nice to see you. And you know, I love bringing Command Performance here because I often say, look, I'm a mom and I have kids, and you know, so entertaining a lot of times includes a bunch of little ones. But you know what? I still want my cookware to look beautiful in the kitchen when I serve, whether I'm serving 7-year-olds or 37-year-olds. It doesn't matter. You want your cookware to be functional.
Yes.
But you know what? Just because it's functional doesn't mean it doesn't have to look good. If you were like me, my grandmother's pressure cooker, it was like, clear the kitchen, here comes the pressure cooker, right? This is not your grandmother's pressure cooker. You can take this from the stovetop to the tabletop because it's lovely. I take this to church with me.
Yeah.
I put it out there. We spend so much money on all these pre-packaged foods, and you know, you think that buying bread in the grocery store, it's maybe only a couple dollars, but what are they putting in it to make it last on the shelf for so long?
Right.
The nice thing is whatever you put into your bread maker, you know that you're in control of the ingredients and it's what you're getting out, which is really important.
But there's such a difference in taste.
There is. So often when we say healthy cooking, what do you think? Healthy equals bland, right? Okay, not with the steamer. You can put, I mean, again, look at our chicken. We were cutting that with the tongs. This chicken was just falling apart. Well, Command Performance has been around for a very long time here at HSN. And don't just take our word for it. Read the reviews online because people who use it love it. Have you ever gone out to buy cookware and you're not really sure what to get? What's so awesome about this is it's 1810 stainless steel, and look at that. Those are the results that you get from 1810 stainless steel. But you know what? In addition to the quality of the steel, you also have a hand mirror polished finish. Now let's really talk about that for a minute, because when you get this home and you open the box, look at this. You are just going to be amazed when you look at that and you go, oh, look at that. I mean, you can see what's going on see the steak right there? I mean, you can see what's going on because you're talking about a quality pan. As a mom, I use this every single day. Here's what I like about it. These helper handles are so functional on the stovetop. You see how it has this rounded belly? That's also a really nice feature because no food is going to get stuck. And you know what? That mirrored polish is not just because it looks good. It's for functionality. Do you see that my steaks, I have just seared wonderful looking steaks in here.
It smells so good.
It's really getting back to the basics. We get very complacent, and let me tell you this number. 32 pedestrians died in 2007. 20% of all fatalities in Florida are pedestrians. So the Florida Department of Transportation said, you know what? The numbers aren't so horrible that it's an epidemic, but they're too high. And what's alarming about this is these are all preventable deaths. So it's a wake-up call, and the DOT said, you know what, we have to do something about this. It's time right now. And if you're a pedestrian or you drive, you have to really pay attention to this. Are you frustrated with the real estate market? Well, we have a product that will help you make more money and give your buyers the opportunity to live in a $1 million vacation home like this one for less than $200,000. It's possible through fractional ownership. My name is Stacey, and I bet you and I have a lot in common. Like many of you, I am always busy, I'm always on the go, and that's because I'm a mom, a wife, I work, I volunteer. Sound familiar? Oh yeah, and did I mention that I'm 6 months pregnant? Well, despite all of that, I cook almost every day for my family, and I also love to entertain.
Stacey Phillips is back with us, and she's going to show us all these great ideas. Nice to see you,
It's nice to see you. And you know, I love bringing Command Performance here because I often say, look, I'm a mom and I have kids, and you know, so entertaining a lot of times includes a bunch of little ones. But you know what? I still want my cookware to look beautiful in the kitchen when I serve, whether I'm serving 7-year-olds or 37-year-olds. It doesn't matter. You want your cookware to be functional.
Yes.
But you know what? Just because it's functional doesn't mean it doesn't have to look good, because if you look at this, it is so sharp looking. I've owned my Command Performance for about 5 years, and it looks just as good today
as professional.
Exactly, as it did 5 years ago. And look at what you're getting, Lynn. So let's not even talk about the pans yet. Let's talk, if you can hold this one.
You got it.
Let's talk about the burner. How many of you just have 4 burners on your stove? Most of us, right?
do, right.
Okay, so what if I said I'm going to give you 3 more burners? And this is not a warming station. This is not like a hot pad.
Right.
These are 500 watts each, so that's 1,500 watts of power that are individual. So you can warm on this one, cook on this one, warm on this one. I'm talking boiling water, okay?
Right.
So then when you're going to stow it away, this is all I'm putting away. So what I do is I keep this at the bottom of my pantry where I keep all my pots and pans, and then I just stack things on top of here.
Good idea.
Okay, so if we were just getting that, wouldn't that be a good deal?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, then we say, okay, well, we're going to throw in
Look at these.
3-quart casserole dishes that are Command Performance. So you get the quality, you get the style. Each one of these pans are hand polished. They have that beautiful mirror polish.
You can see our cameraman Tony in there.
Exactly, and a handsome guy he is, but you know what? It's because of the cookware. And not that Tony's handsome because of our cookware, but you can see him. But what's so nice about that polish, though, is that it's going to be virtually nonstick, and I'm going to show you how that works.
And it's so true. I love my Command Performance because I call it jewelry for the kitchen, Stacey.
Very good.
I do.
Good.
It's so, I'm so proud to have this, and when I'm entertaining, everybody says, "That's the prettiest cookware I've ever seen." I'm like, as beautiful as it is, it's the most functional cookware you've ever used on top of it.
That's right. And isn't that important? I mean, you know what? It's like a good, nice pair of shoes. You know, I'm past the stage where I just want a pair of shoes that look good. Yeah. They have to look good and be comfortable, you know, because I'm chasing a 2-year-old, and it's just not going to work for me. So, look, I'm sauteing some shrimp, a little bit of garlic. I'm going to make a pesto pasta. I'm going to let that saute for a minute.
It's going to be like your little pasta station. I mean, you can even open up your little, you know, own restaurant in your house and cook up omelets, little different special pastas.
Whatever you want to do. So I'm going to let this pasta station, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. That's what we've got coming up, okay?
Goodness,
but we'll do the pasta a little bit later. Let's just say, you know, it's summertime, right? So get out of the kitchen and go sit by the pool and have your hors d'oeuvres or your appetizers out by the pool, because all you need is a plug.
And Stacey, to your point earlier, you were saying that this is not a heating pad. I don't know if you can see these meatballs here. They're boiling.
That's right.
Okay, this is a full functioning, like a stove would be.
Absolutely.
You can really go all the way up. Look, there you go. That's what I want you to see. That is boiling.
That's right. So you know how I make these? I get the frozen meatballs. I cheat.
Yeah.
Frozen meatballs. I get a jar of the Asian sauce just from the grocery store.
Okay.
I put that in there. I add peppers, and a lot of times I add pineapple. Fabulous. Then you heat up the meatballs because you need to, you know, obviously warm them up so that they're nice and edible. And then you can adjust the heat. So originally I would maybe have it on 4. It goes all the way up to 6, and obviously the higher the number, the higher the heat. And then you jack it down to 2 or 1, and you just keep it warm.
That's
all you have to do. So when you have your guests poolside or wherever you're going to be, they can put on their own chicken wings. Let's say they want to come over here to the little dip or whatever you have, you know, the spinach dip or what have you.
That is always so much better when it's warm or hot, and unfortunately half the times ends up getting cold because you don't have something as convenient as this.
Exactly, and let me show you something else I'm using. This right here is a chafing dish. So this is something that you can get. Pardon me,
absolutely.
You got it.
Oh, I'm stealing your towel.
Okay, look, you can get these too. 3 chafing dishes come with the set with Command Performance. I highly recommend this. And you may be thinking, well, why do I need that? Because you know what? I don't want 3 quarts of a broccoli dip or chocolate or asparagus dip necessarily. I want to be able to go and refill it or what have you. So this is a double boiler.
That's a good idea.
And so this allows you to keep it there, and you don't have to worry about the bottom burning or anything like that.
And we'll give that information out. So if you want to get those, they are available, especially today with all these great birthday prices. And please call us. If you have, this has been our top selling Command Performance appliance, hands down. And everybody who just, you know, happens to tune in, they always think, okay, it's obviously for the burner. You're paying $109.90 for the burner.
Right.
You're also getting the 3-quart casseroles with the lid that comes along with it, which obviously you can cook on your regular stove. You can, I mean, there's a million things you can do.
And you know, Lynn, people get confused today because if you think about it, it's, you know, really, when you're going to buy cookware, you have to study because you think, wow, there's so much on the market today.
Right.
Well, let me just tell you, the reason you want 1810 stainless steel is because it's the quality. I can make corn on the cob, and then I can do a chocolate fondue or a cheese and beer fondue, and I don't have to worry about a transfer of flavors. I don't have to worry about any type of reaction if I'm going to make a really acidy tomato sauce. You don't have to worry about any of that. The quality of the pan is here through and through, not only because it's 1810 stainless steel, but also because you have this great thick base where you have an aluminum disc at the base of the cookware that's sandwiched between the stainless steel, which is great because aluminum's a fabulous conductor of heat, but, you know, it's not so great as far as the quality.
Right, so and 25-year warranties that come along with all of your pots and pans.
That's right, absolutely.
From Command Performance. So, I mean, they stand behind their product as they have for many, many years, exclusively here at HSN.
That's right. You know, do yourself a favor. Get something like this, and you can have this poolside, you can have this outside your camper, your RV, you can take this to a football party, whatever, because all you're doing is plugging it in.
Plug it in.
However, let me tell you hands down why you want this. Come the holidays, whether it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, whatever you're talking about, this is going to save your life in the holidays because, first of all, it gets everybody out of the kitchen. If you need more room, everybody's going where these burners are, okay?
Yes.
I put mashed potatoes, gravy, and stuffing. If that's the only reason you buy this, it's the reason today. Because what goes cold the fastest during a holiday meal? The potatoes, the stuffing, and the gravy, right?
True.
With the triple burner, it's going to stay warm
the whole time.
the whole time.
The whole
Whether
meal.
you're first in the buffet or you're third, and it's so awesome.
Well, I told you, when we first introduced this, it had to be at least, I would say 8 to 10 years ago, somewhere in there. And my best friend up north, who always entertains, she's an amazing cook, and she called me and she said, Lynn, I've never seen anything so ingenious in my life, because she was entertaining. It was just holidays, Thanksgiving was around the corner. And she said exactly what you just said. I am so tired of having to constantly run back in the kitchen, put the mashed potatoes back in the microwave, and you know, and then it's never tastes as great. When you have something here, it's a warmer. It can cook. It can, I mean, there's a million different ways. Now you have 3 extra, basically, stovetops that, let's say, don't you run out of room. I mean, think about the holidays. You were cooking so many things at once. You never have enough burners.
That's right.
Now you do. You have 3 additional burners that you see how hot this gets. It gets to the point where you can actually, you can see it boiling.
Absolutely. And you know, I don't know if you're like me, but I've got the aunt that comes over and she's got her dish and I'm thinking, I've already got 4 burners. Where are you putting that?
Yeah.
And then they come over to your house and they say, oh, I just have to heat it up, as if you have extra room, right? You're making a full meal for 25 people and they bring over their dish to have heated up. Well, guess what? Now with the triple burner, you can heat it up. And this is great. I do a taco bar. You have everybody come in, and so I set it out by the table, and I can worry about drinks or whatever and get the coolers out.
They can
you
have
set
themselves.
this up with the cheese, and this is another great feature about this. See this burner? No coils. So when you get queso dip on here, guess what? All you do is wipe it off. It doesn't get stuck. It's just that easy. And
Stacey, we were saying that before anything like this, and these are hard to find. I mean, you might be able to find just an okay 1 burner, let alone a triple burner, let alone all the 1810 and all the wonderful cookware and the gold or the stainless, whichever one you're choosing here. But the fact that most people would have to rent something like this.
Yes.
For what you're, first off, I'm weird with that. When it comes to food, I don't want to rent anything that's been used anywhere else. I want my own thing. That's just
your own
me.
stuff.
But this is that investment. You will use this over and over and over again. You'll say, oh, thank goodness. Oh, I'm so glad I have that triple burner. Oh, my goodness, I need more room. Or, oh, my goodness, I do want to have something fun. I'm entertaining. I want to make, you know, some really fun drinks. And I don't want to have to worry about cooking. Like you said, have your guests just make their own little tacos or whatever, their little pasta bar or desserts.
Okay,
better than that?
This is fun, Lynn, whether you have the girls over and you guys are doing a movie night or something, or I joked earlier, but really like watching an old classic is something that, you know, like The Wizard of Oz or something when it's on. That's something that we like to do, and I like doing pudding. This is a cobbler, and because these are oven safe, put this in the oven for up to 475 degrees. Brown, this is just a blueberry filling, like pie filling. Delicious. Then you put cookie dough on top, and you can do anything you want. You can go ahead and do the chocolate, you can do the cobblers, you can do the pudding, you can do cheese dips. But man, it's so much fun. And look at this. You can even top it with a little strawberry on a stick. But you know what? Have you ever done the fondue? I mean, it's just so much fun. And again, I'm using my chafing dishes because I don't want 3 quarts of chocolate because it will. I don't want it to go bad. But it's absolutely perfect for any of the desserts.
So now it's a double boiler at the same time. Look at that. I mean, there's so many great uses that you're going to find, and that's why it has been a customer pick. I mentioned earlier, if you have this, call us on the testimonial line and share with others, whether it just saved that Thanksgiving dinner or that holiday that you were entertaining. You want to be as organized as you possibly can. We put so much work into that one day, especially when you're, you know, doing all the work and you're cooking and entertaining. You want everything to be as perfect as possible, and all the time, it always happens. Oh, gee whiz. This is cold. I got to run back in the kitchen. I mean, all these fun things you're able to do. And if we can go back down to the very, very front to show you some of the other examples and to show you what you're actually getting at home. I think that is so important. Even just being able to steam that shrimp when you start it off. That's another great example of how hot this actually gets. And you can see we have a counter up on the screen. I believe we're close to 900 already gone. The end of this month, the birthday month, is going to be over. So that way, you know, why not save the additional $20 here today? Lock in the flex pay opportunities, especially to get this for under $40 now, because it will be gone, I promise you, come the holiday season. Right before Thanksgiving,
it's going to be gone.
Oh, we sell thousands and thousands every single time we have a cooking show. So for good reason.
Absolutely, and I told you we'd come to this pasta bar.
Look at
this is something you can do whether you go to the takeout store and fool all your friends and put your favorite pasta dishes in here, or you do this, you make the pasta, I mean, just do your shrimp, throw some tortellini in there, and then open the jarred pesto. I mean, that's what it's about at my house.
Look it over
and you can go ahead and serve yourself. And again, if you're looking at this, this is the stainless steel. You can choose from the stainless steel or the 24-karat gold plated tops and then the cool to the touch solid stainless steel handles. But if they have the gold, this isn't just, you know, sprayed with the gold.
Oh no, I've had mine for years.
Layered and layered and layered, and it's
Never
not going to chip.
Never.
It's going to look just this good, and the only way you're going to know that is to go on to all the customer reviews because it's a customer pick. This is such a popular item. Why? Because it really does change your life in the kitchen. You will be so impressed with this, whether it's a gift for yourself or a gift for somebody you love.
Do you know there's 167 reviews on this amazing triple burner with all the 3-quart pans that come along with it? Over 160 reviews, continuously a customer pick. Just to remind you, and I think this is the one thing we have to just keep, you have to understand, you're getting the triple burner. All you need to do is have an AC outlet to plug it in. That's it. You get all three of these casserole pans with the lids, and they're 3 quarts. We were saying the easiest cleanup you could ever imagine because that high polish on the inside. Even, this is the greatest thing as far as even conductivity, as far as not having hot spots and everything cooking beautifully,
even distribution of heat.
Yes.
And this is just, we call this, you talk about jewelry for the tabletop. It goes straight from the stove. If let's just say you just want to use this one and you don't want to use your burner one day, then all you do is you take this from the stovetop or from the oven and you put it right on the table and you serve from that. Because you know what? You do deserve beautiful cookware.
You do.
Don't settle for something just because you're saving a little bit of money. This
and if
is,
you're
you
wondering,
get a great price.
Does it get hot? I want to show this one more time because I think that's the biggest question, because you were saying earlier a lot of them, even that you rent, you put these little tea lights under them.
Right.
Now, for heaven's sakes, that's not going to do a lot, especially on a larger pan.
That's right. That's right.
And these are stay cool handles, which we always love.
Which we love. And, you know, also a stay cool lid because they're tempered glass. I could throw this on the ground and it wouldn't break. You know, I could, but I won't. This is also a silicone disc under here, and that's why the lid is going to stay cool. So it's about functionality, but you know what? It looks good.
It looks good, and you're going to be so happy that you have it there, especially when you're running around frantic, and especially tonight with the $20 savings for our birthday celebration and the flex pay. You just choose the all silver or the 24-karat. I have the 24-karat, and that's why I say I love it. It is like beautiful jewelry, and you're so proud to serve in this. Think about Super Bowl Sunday, too. I mean, there's so many things that are coming into my mind right now.
And everybody thinks you spend a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Stacey, thank you.
Thanks, Lynn.
Always so much fun having you.
I'd love to invite out Stacey Phillips. She's been with us for many years at HSN.
Hi, Chris. Hi, everybody.
Stacey. And we were talking before the show. Everybody loves this pressure cooker because not only do you get the pressure cooker, but you're also going to get the clear lid. So if you want to use it as a slow cooker, you are going to get the rack. You can do steaming on it. You get everything that you need to get you going, and being able to use this for just about everything. Like you were telling me earlier, steaming, slow cooking, pressure cooking, fast,
you name it, low, high, low. You can go ahead and saute in here. I mean, you can really do a little bit of everything. And if you're thinking of a gift, here it is, right here, all wrapped up for you. This is the glass lid she was talking about. I'm going to walk you all through it. But if you've never pressure cooked before, we also give you this great little manual that is about 15 pages or so, and it really gets you started and walks you through how to do all these things, right? But let me tell you, if you were like me, my grandmother's pressure cooker, it was like, clear the kitchen, here comes the pressure cooker, right? This is not your grandmother's pressure cooker. This is a pressure cooker that is so simple to use. And let me tell you, after Thanksgiving, when you have that turkey, what happens to turkey after you've had it one night? It gets dry, right? Okay, take that leftover turkey, put it in here with some broth of any type. You can do leftover turkey broth, you can do chicken broth. Let's just do chicken, okay? Put 2 cups of chicken broth in here, your leftover turkey, and then just heat it up 5 minutes. And you rehydrate the turkey, and you have the most, I bet you your turkey the day 2 in the pressure cooker is more moist than day one. It is awesome. It's the best way to rehydrate and reheat meats from the night before, roast beef and so forth. But let me show you how to build a meal, because I have a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old. I know you have kids. A lot of you have kids. A lot of you just have busy lifestyles. I'm going to show you how to build some meals and really show you how to use this pressure cooker. First of all, most importantly to me, it's easy to clean up. This is a non-stick cookwell over 6 quarts. So it's really easy. Whatever you put in is going to come out very easily. Now, I'm going to go ahead and build this. You know what? I have frozen chicken breasts. Do you mind getting my frozen chicken breast out of the freezer for me? Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I'll be the assistant.
I appreciate that. Okay,
I was going to say, this is really frozen. You can't get too much more frozen than this.
You're a great helper. Okay, let's go ahead and add that first. You see this is a frozen bowl. This is frozen chicken breast,
my gosh, that is awesome. You can put it in like that.
Awesome. You're so sweet, Daphne. Okay, this is a glass of, not a glass of wine. A glass of wine is for me, but you can have a little over a cup of white wine.
Right.
I'm making just, you know, your typical, Monday night dish, right? A little bit of capers, some olives. Lemon in the pressure cooker is so great. Okay, so some lemon, some tomatoes. That's it. Okay, that's dinner. Then I put my lid on top, which if you've ever owned a pressure cooker, by the way, this is the easiest lid. Look, this is it. It's the easiest lid to get on and off. I want it to be in pressure mode because remember, I can steam here too, but if I take the valve here and I press it down and I move it to pressure, then I come around front, and this is a digital pressure cooker, so it's as easy to use as your microwave, okay? I want high pressure, so I'm gonna go to high pressure, and I just wanna do this for about 15 minutes. Because I have frozen chicken breasts in here, and I hit start. It's going to build up the pressure, and then the countdown will start. Once the pressure is built up, the counter will start, and I will have this beautiful, healthy meal for my family.
That is amazing.
In a matter of minutes.
That kind of, that frozen, and in 15 minutes,
it will break apart. Absolutely.
Wow. Now, you can't get faster cooking than that. There is no other, you can't get faster foods. And it's from Nesco. It's a 3-in-1, just as Stacey was showing you. And because it will steam, it will slow cook, and on top of that, you'll be able to do all your foods under pressure in absolutely no time. And here's the thing. Our price normally is $120 on this. Tonight, we've taken $20 off. We have the 3 credit card payments. And just to give everyone a heads up, we only have like 300 of them left. And this is a customer pick, and that was at the higher price, $120 price tag. We've taken $20 off. This is such a customer pick. It's a 4.9. 5 is the best you can have. That is as good as it gets when you're talking about customer picks. I mean, that's a darn near perfect score. And your foods, I mean, honest to goodness, they just fall apart.
These are short ribs.
Look at these short ribs, just, delicious. And Stacey provided me with a little guide here. I mean, I'm looking at some of this. Every single thing that is on this list, I would say 99% of it is under 30 minutes.
Oh.
I mean, beef stew, 20 minutes. Frozen chicken, you just saw her do 15 minutes on that. A whole chicken, 35 minutes. You could do, you could do a whole 6-pound turkey in 40 minutes. I mean, and then if you want to do things like corn on the cob, 4 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's loaded to the brim. 4, not 40, 4 minutes. You want to do potatoes, whole baking potatoes. You can do them in 15 minutes.
Right.
I mean, the time you save using a pressure cooker is amazing. Plus, you're locking in and infusing it with all those flavors. It's amazing. Oh,
look at
this. It looks so
see
good.
what I've
I know.
done?
Look at, oh, you brought forks. I love you so much.
I did the short ribs.
She knows I love to eat this.
Okay, then I have the skirt steak, which is not an expensive cut of meat.
But
and you buy the
it.
skirt steak and less than 15 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes. It depends on how much you put in here, first of all. But in about 15 minutes, you have this wonderful ropa vieja.
Look at this. It's just falling apart.
You know, ropa vieja can take hours and hours because it is so important with this dish that you want your meat to fall apart just like this. You want it to almost shred with your fork. Okay, so that's not going to happen unless you're going to cook it for a long time. But with the pressure cooker, you can take an inexpensive piece of meat, and this is what's happening. You build up the pressure, and you have to have the liquid in here to create the steam and all of the juice. So if you have a broth or a white wine or something along those lines, it's going to be infused through the meat, break down those tough meat fibers so they're going to be nice and tender, fall off the bone every single time, and you're not losing anything. And be careful, because when you do vegetables, you always think, oh, it's got to be at least 6 minutes, right? No, it's literally, I mean, look at the vegetables.
I mean, look at the asparagus, a minute and a half.
And I'm not kidding. It really is perfectly
Broccoli,
crisp.
2 minutes, 2 minutes. Here's the thing. I know we're down to the last 90 seconds or so, but here's what's going on. This is extremely limited.